Hello, I'm SKR Studios, and I have a long-running series on my channel where I go over 21 Pilots hot takes, and I figured Breach is out, so let's do some Breach hot takes. The first hot take I have isn't really a hot take. It's from Perp Goo. He says, Breach is great and probably my second favorite, but it is nowhere near Trench. I completely agree with this. Trench forever, to me, will be 21 Pilots' magnum opus. I think that the way Tyler made Trench in the basement, not getting out of the basement for literal weeks on end, meticulously crafting and perfecting every single second of the album until it made him go insane, makes Trench the best album. I think all the songs are pretty much a 10 out of 10. Even ones I don't listen to much, like as much as the others, like The Hype and My Blood, I still absolutely love. I think the production is stellar, and I think the writing is incredible. Maybe it's not as well written as Vessel and Self-Titled, but Trench is up there in terms of some of the best 21 Pilots writing. So Breach, it's amazing. It's my second favorite 21 Pilots album as of right now, but it is nowhere near Trench. Nothing will ever top Trench for me unless they do something incredible. So not that Breach isn't incredible, but you know what I'm saying. So I agree with this. I don't think it's really a hot take, which is why I put it first. The next hot take is from Hot Dog 3000. I think the ending of the story is brilliant, and I'm really satisfied with it. I completely agree with this. I don't think that there would have been a better way to finish the story. For a long time, I was pretty much afraid that the story was going to end with Tyler getting back in the Heavy Dirty Soul car and it repeating like that. And while the Heavy Dirty Soul music plays at the end of City Walls, it's completely different. It's this cycle, how your mental health struggles may never really end. There's always going to be a Clancy that turns into a Nico, but there will always be a torchbearer helping the Clancy go along and try to better himself. You know, the paint was at Nico's eyes, and the paint is at Clancy's mouth now. So maybe every time he attempts to escape, or whoever the Clancy is at the time attempts to escape, the black paint gets lower, meaning the cycle will be broken, but not every time. I absolutely love the end of the story. It broke me in ways I didn't think it could. Following this thing for 10 years, to have it end in this bittersweet way is just amazing, and I'm very satisfied with it. From Hunter Hop 4883, we have Downstairs is projecting to be my favorite off of the album. It's a regional best song dressed up in better production and vocals, and frankly, the chorus slaps ridiculously hard with the piano jabs, drum fills, and halftime feel. It's like a gut-wrenching cry out to God, and I commend it for the rawness. While Downstairs is probably like bottom 5 from Breach for me, just because I think it drags a little bit and it doesn't resonate with me as much as the other ones, I completely agree with this. This is the first time in a long time that Tyler kind of seems to be going back to his faith directly for writing. I think that the lyrics completely match the vibe of the song. I don't know how they did that. Tyler, of course, said that this is the 14-year-old Korea demo and that Josh kept it and Tyler didn't because he felt like the sound kind of has aged. And while I kind of would agree with that, considering it's from that regional at best era where they felt like they needed to have these big drops and just make things feel very epic while having some like weird vocal performance and weird production, I think this really does show that if they remastered Regional at Best now, it would be absolutely amazing with better vocals and better production. I just love how he's going back to his faith for writing, even though I'm not a religious person. This song really hits deep, and I don't know, you can relate it to a lot, so I completely agree, Hunter. From Gavalino, the guy, he says, Drag Path should not have been a bonus track that is locked behind a paywall. I completely agree. Stolen Potential said this in his video, but I have the same sentiment that for a long time, ever since Leave the City, we've been waiting for a hopeful ending to an album, a hopeful album closer, and Intentions is devastating. I think it's great to have as the album closer. Maybe Drag Path could have been a bonus track on Spotify. And I understand, the sentiment of this is a very lore-heavy song, kind of as an epilogue to the City Walls music video, having everything kind of be laid out there that maybe this is what the next Clancy is doing, or this is what Torchbearer thinks the next Clancy is saying to him, or this is what Clancy originally was saying to Torchbearer long ago before the Heavy Dirty Soul music video. Either way, the emotion in this song is incredible. It feels like an album closer. It feels like the antithesis to Leave the City. And I'm so pissed it's not on the physical media. I'm so pissed it's not on Spotify. But I also understand the creative choice to have it be a bonus track because Intentions also wraps up the devastation of the City Walls music video while being a reversed instrumental of their quote-unquote first true album closer. So, I don't know. I don't think it should be behind a paywall, but I do understand it not being on Breach, even though Drag Path is my favorite 21 Pilots song of all time right now. From Padushka X4F, the reason Clancy put on a red curtain as a robe instead of Nico's robe is because there's no way Nico washes his clothes, wears deodorant, or showers. That robe probably smells horrific. Bro, there's no way they shower in Dima. If they're trying to get people to commit to vialism, there's no way they sell deodorant. This is so funny, bro. I mean, yeah, yep. Uh-huh. I agree, I guess. Next hot take is from Yazidi Firenzi. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. They should have changed Levitate's appearance in the City Walls music video with the outside. Okay, I've been hearing this a lot, and I thought it myself. Why is there no Scaled and Icy music video representation in the City Walls music video? Well, I was thinking maybe they could have recreated the live stream a little bit. That would have been cool, but otherwise, Heavy Dirty Soul, Levitate, Jumpsuit, they're not there to show the Blurryface era and the Trench era. It's not like Tyler wanted to erase Scaled and Icy from existence. I think, personally, that it's every time he was captured. He gets captured in the Heavy Dirty Soul music video. He's in the car with Nico. Then he escapes somehow. Jumpsuit, he escaped somehow, then he gets captured at the end. Levitate, he escaped somehow, then he gets captured again. So I think it's more of these are the times that Nico took Clancy versus Tyler not wanting any Scaled and Icy representation. As much as I would have loved Scaled and Icy representation, I understand why that wasn't done. I also don't know if pink hair Tyler really would have fit in with this music video. Next hot take, Days Lie Dormant is a top 5 21 Pilots song from HF Merch. I completely disagree. I kind of shit on Days Lie Dormant pretty hard for the first week of Breach up until today. I said it sounded like an AJR song. I still believe that at the yeah part and the whistling. But otherwise, I don't hate the song anymore. I put it in my D tier. Now I'd say it's C tier, 6 out of 10. Not terrible. It is still kind of a skip for me, but not listening to it for so long, skipping it over and over, and then hearing a snippet on Instagram and being like, maybe this isn't as bad, kind of made me be like, okay, this song isn't terrible. It's not a bottom 20 of all time. I don't think it's top 5 of all time. It's still my least favorite from the album, like I said. But I get why people would like it. It's got sort of a punk vibe, sort of the Killers vibe. Then it goes into sort of a lighter Scaled and Icy feel. I don't know. Maybe it'll grow on me when I get tired of the other Breach songs. Next hot take is from Excaliburistic 5352. Drag Path, The Devil's Eyes is the perfect closer to the album, and it's the best send-off to the entire lore. I completely agree. Like I said, feels like the antithesis to Leave the City, and overall, it just feels like that hopeful ending that we've been wanting for so long. I love how it kind of feels like Bandito, where the first half is very slow, and then it builds up and it gets into this just amazing bridge with the "Can You Find Me" part. I mean, there's so much to rave about with Drag Path. It has become my favorite 21 Pilots song of all time for so many reasons. I think it's written incredibly well, whether it's about the lore or it's about God, Jesus, Tyler feeling lost, wanting God to find him. It's just a perfect allegory for everything. It's the perfect kind of like my friend Kenton has been saying that every time he listens to Drag Path, he thinks this would be the end credit song for a 21 Pilots movie. I completely agree. Like, you have everything that happened. You have Clancy turning into a bishop. You have Intentions, which is completely devastating. And then you have Drag Path, which is like, this Clancy is gone, but maybe the next Clancy, maybe Torchbearer will be able to find him because he's leaving these signs, and maybe he will be the one to end the cycle. It's incredible. Every time I hear it, I smile. Next hot take is from Hijack. He's got 2 hot takes that I'm going to include. One, I think that Cottonwood is better than Legend. I think it fits with the theme of the album, repeating cycles, as he's addressing the grief he feels for his grandfather, and I think that is really valuable to show how grief can always resurface and never really goes away. I completely agree. I think it's better than Legend. Legend is one of my favorite 21 Pilots songs of all time. I love how it's a celebration of Tyler's grandfather rather than being this sad, somber song. And Cottonwood is this sad, somber song that will make you cry, and does have a more devastating and emotional instrumental. But in a way, it does feel a bit more earned here, if that makes sense, because he's talking about his grandfather's death. He's talking about how the wind didn't blow him down. Someone chopped him down. You know, he didn't get taken away lightly. Someone took his grandfather from him. But like, the main thing that really gets me here is the chorus. The chorus can be applied to not just his grandfather's passing. He looks back in time through a telescope and sees his reflection already looking. What does this mean to me? Honestly, I feel like it's saying when he was younger, his past self was always looking towards his future self, being like, oh, things are going to get better in the future. Everything's going to be okay. And now that he's in that future state, his current self, his future self he was looking on, is now looking back to his past self, missing the times he had, feeling nostalgic for the times that he used to want to get away from. Now he feels like he needs to get back. Life is always a cycle. It's always a struggle. You always want to be somewhere that you aren't at now. Whether you want to feel nostalgic about something in the past or whether you want to feel more accomplished in the future. You're looking at yourself. Your past self is looking at your current self. Your future self is looking at your current self. Yeah, it's incredible writing. Number 2, the ending to the City Walls music video was perfect in every way. Sure, it's sad, and sure, it might not be what we all hope for, but I think it's the strongest message they could send. These cycles will always be a part of you. You can always push through, but you will always have battles to fight. And at the same time, you'll always have someone, Torchbearer in this case of Clancy and Jesus in the case of real life, on your side, rooting for you. This is pretty much what I said earlier, but yeah, sometimes it takes more than just yourself to better yourself. And it is normal to fall back into cycles. It is normal to fall back into addictions. It is normal to just fall back into bad habits. And sometimes you need someone there. Sometimes you're going to fall, but there's always going to be someone to help pick you back up. So, yeah. Next hot take is from Sam4. Raw Fear is really underrated. I agree. At first, I kind of just thought like, oh, this is like Routines in the Night for Breach. But now, I mean, the changes, the melodies, the instrumentation, everything here, it's like an earworm. It's literal ear candy. I love Raw Fear so much. Next hot take is from Twisted Pizzle. I don't think the contract was as good in terms of music and singing along as the rest of them. The lyrics and lore are amazing. I just wish there was some more oomph to it, something to help it stick out better, like a weird noise, a crazy jump high note, a fun progression to sing along with, stuff like that. I'm going to completely disagree here. I think the contract can be very repetitive with the I don't sleep much, that's crazy how you know that. Chorus, I think maybe it's repeated like one or two too many times, and maybe the auto-tune gets a little grating by the end. But I like the chorus. I think it needs to be there. And I think that there are some very like experimental things going on in the contract. I mean, the piano sounds beautiful. I love how the piano kind of gets distorted with the synth. And the way Tyler jumps from like like that's so fun to sing. I think that like he's definitely learned that he can do some crazy ass switches and they can still sound good. It's kind of like there's no breathing point in the contract. So much is happening all at the same time, but it sounds amazing. And I don't know. I think it's fun to sing. I think the I check the doors, check the windows, and pull the blinds part, especially when he screams that after the rap, is like one of the best parts of Breach. You got that rap, which while the lyrics are kind of mid, the cadence is like incredible. It's also maybe the first time we heard Tyler rap that fast in a long time. Maybe that's why I hold such a special place to it. But then we get the scream, bro. Oh my, I don't agree with your take. Next hot take is from Desiree Aiden. Tally is a lore song, 100%. I completely agree. I keep seeing edits of Tally over the City Wall music video. I'm like, this is so true. Like, you want a Tally? I lost the count. Like, how many times has a Clancy been like going after a Nico, trying not to repeat the cycle? You want to love me? I let you down. You know, like Torchbearer loves Clancy, trying to help him, but Clancy lets him down. Like, it's all there, bro. It's all there. I wanted to progress things. I wanted my soul set free. You know, I wanted to get better. I wanted to get out of Dima. It's just like, come on, bro. Like, it's perfect. It's so. Next hot take is from Epic Wolf. Days Lie Dormant is not a bad song. Days Lie Dormant is very upbeat and gets me hyped. It's almost like a lot of Psy songs, how they just make me happy in their tone. Like I said, I don't hate Days Lie Dormant anymore. I just think it's kind of mediocre. It is very upbeat and does have a good vibe that is more positive while the lyrics are so down. So I'll agree here. I'll agree. Next hot take is from Buckwheat. The ending to the story should have been spread out over the album instead of all at once in City Walls. Would probably require some minor reworks, but I think it would have made a more compelling ending. Also, we did not need to see Clancy and Nico throw hands. No, we did need to see Clancy and Nico throwing hands. I thought that shit was going to be lame as hell. I didn't think they were going to actually fight. Bro, the choreography, freaking crazy. The way he pulls him and then he pulls him into a different memory, crazy. We needed to see them throw hands. That shit was epic. It was like a boss battle. Never disrespect the City Walls music video fight ever again. Tyler broke his rib while he was filming that shit. I also disagree. I think that Clancy was like, I don't think this, I know this. Clancy was supposed to be the end of the story. Then we get Paladin Straight and it's like, bro, what the heck? Then we have to wait for the Paladin Straight music video. We think we're gonna get something. We don't. It's just another cliffhanger. Then we're like, what the heck, man? Is there something else? Is there another song? Is there a double album? Then we get confirmation in May. It's coming out in September, more than a year after the Paladin Straight music video. Imagine if we got the City Walls music video, but it wasn't the end of the lore again. Like, come on, man. Like, it's perfect. I don't know if I agree fully with City Walls being the first track. I think it is opening track potential, but considering it's the end of the story, maybe I would cut like the first half of City Walls into the intro and then the second half of City Walls into like Before Intentions on the album. But either way, I disagree here. I think that the way the ending turned out was great. I think that it needed to come out the same day that the album drops because the lore's over. We have the live shows, but now we can just sit back and admire the entire story from Blurry Face to Breach in the Breach era. So I don't agree. From Josh Miners, Robot Voices is bottom 5 of all time. No, No. Robot Voices is awesome. It's so fun. It's like scaled on icy, but it's so fun. It's so fun. From Nobler Ham, Breach hot take, the drum show scream is not good. I don't dislike Tyler's screams, but only enjoy them if they actually sound good, like the scream from the back half of Tally. In drum show, it sounds like his throat is on fire. Sorry to all the people who disagree, but that just doesn't sound good. Even in one of, if not the heaviest songs on the album. I completely disagree here. I think the scream is so well I think the scream is so well controlled and it sounds so good, especially after having the vocals going into a scream that sounds like early Tyler Joseph screams. Absolutely incredible, bro. I don't understand what you mean about it not sounding good and Tally sounding better. I think Tally honestly kind of sounds worse. I mean, I respect your opinion, but I definitely don't agree. I think the scream is low-key, high-key, the best part of the song.
What's up, my name is Benyon and I'm here to talk about one of the hot takes. This one is from Tyler Domsalski. Raw Fear is a crap generic pop song and Center Mass is the best song on the album, right next to Drum Show, and The Contract is 21 Pilots' worst song by quite a bit. So that's 3 opinions in one. First of all, Raw Fear is not a crap generic pop song. I swear, people just call any fun song a generic pop song these days. Some of Breach's best lyrical work can be found on this song with some very deep meanings to them. In addition to just being a very unique song, having a BPM change in the middle of the song. Like, I wouldn't say that's something you would find in a generic pop song. If you have to say that about one song on Breach, it would fit much better on the song Garbage. You say Drum Show and Center Mass are the best songs on the album. I agree with Center Mass. Drum Show is also up there, so yeah, pretty good opinion. But The Contract being the worst 21 Pilots song ever just has to be blasphemy. I get that some people aren't gonna fuck with it, cause it's a very special style of music, but saying it's the worst ever? What the fuck? You're telling me it's worse than every single song on Regional at Best, every single song on Blurry Face, even worse than like the Pantaloon and Tree's Regional at Best version. You need to chill. It's such a cool and unique sounding song, and I love when Tyler and Josh push themselves to be more experimental with their sounds, even more than they normally are. I'd give it like a 9 to maybe even a 10 out of 10, close to that. Definitely not the worst they've ever made. Anyways, that's all from me for today. Thank you for having me, Randy, and thanks for watching, guys. Mwah!
From Sam J. Grafe, people only like City Walls as much as they do because for most 21 Pilots fans, lore equals good song. One of the weakest on the album for me, and I cannot understand the choice behind having Nico and Clancy literally fistfight in the music video. The song is growing on me, but I think a lot of the fans are bowing down before it solely because it is a lore song. I completely disagree here. I don't think you can discredit how good a song is and the reception of it based on, oh, it's lore, so people think it's good. Because, like, that's not true at all. A lot of people don't like the lore at all. A lot of people don't want to follow it. I think the callbacks here are incredible. I think the rapping here is awesome. The cadence is so good, especially in that second verse where he says, use a mistake as a stencil and or a pen, trace it back. Whatever he says, it's fire. It's fire. I can't think of it right now, but it's fire. And I get it. Like, I think it's probably number 5 on the album for me. It's not the best by any means. But, like, even without the music video, the song bangs. Like, I listened to the song before I watched the music video, and I was like, dang, this is, like, really good. Even with the cues to the old songs, like, that's only 3 small seconds of old song cues in this song. I think the bridge is absolutely incredible. I think City Walls, honestly, is like Jumpsuit if it was extended and done way better. So I disagree here. Like, people don't bow down to songs just because they're lore songs in 21 Pilots. I mean, Vignette is heavily loved. Next Semester is heavily loved. Those are both from the last era, and they both aren't really lore songs. They don't have lore music video. They aren't explicitly lore songs. So I disagree there. But everybody, even if I disagree with your takes, thank you. Thank you for rating your Breach hot takes in that post. If you have more Breach hot takes, put them down below. I'll make a part 2 to this. I appreciate you guys listening to me yap. I appreciate for 2.6 thousand subscribers. Absolutely insane. This has been such a journey. September has been so amazing so far. And Breach, let's keep breaching. Let's keep breaching.